All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what? Screw it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have the co-CHAMPs of the D, Garrett the Mastermind Plunkett, Joseph the Upstate Grizzly Stones, and Casey the Intern. We got to come up with a different nickname for you, Casey.
Yeah, because not the intern anymore.
You could use my YouTube name.
What's that?
Essentially, Casey.
Essentially, Casey the Essential.
The Essential.
It kind of sounds like an old warrior name. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
I like it.
So, welcome to Movie Madness. Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this week we are going to be doing, drum roll please, Casey. Teen coming of age movies.
And before we get started, Joe, who do you got to think?
I'm thinking I need to thank our friends at Seasonal Sports.
Yeah.
If you need something screen printed, if you want to get some of our gear and our upcoming Movie Madness stuff that I've kind of been working on a little bit, and if anybody wants to contribute any kind of artwork, send it our way. And our boy Josh at Rocking Horse Tattoo, if you need some ink, if you want to get a hole in your head that wasn't put there by whatever you believe in, go to Rocking Horse. Do it.
Go see Josh. He's the man.
Josh is the man. So we're doing coming of age movies. Let's hop. Anybody got anything?
Honestly,
you want to say?
yeah. To go back to your merch suggestion, you know what you should put on a shirt? You should get a picture of me doing my pole dancing, and just we put that
Can we do like a silhouette?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Absolutely.
It'd be dope. It'd kind of be like the Deadpool one with the chair and the bullets.
Yes.
So instead of Casey the Essential, Casey the pole dance fighter.
I'm down for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, and then maybe we can have you swinging, but maybe we could also have like another silhouette of you like kicking somebody in the face.
Better yet, have me hanging like swinging on the pole, but I have like a sword in one hand.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Something
dope
like
too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just a
I'm down.
suggestion.
I'm down. I love it.
I'm down for it.
I love it.
I'm down for it. All right, so we're gonna go right into this. Risky Business versus Mean Girls. So if you guys watched last week's episode, I went on a little bit of rant about Risky Business. It's a classic. You don't have Tom Cruise without Risky Business. You don't have coming of age movies without Risky Business.
Yeah, it's one of the.
That being said,
it's one of the more outrageous, like teen, like what could happen to you. You know what I mean? Like
right,
it's very grandiose story. Of like, did this really get this out of hand?
I just have to say, but with all that being said, Mean Girls is just so fetch.
Yeah, but Mean Girls.
You know what? It really
Mean
is.
Girls is.
It really is.
It was an immediate
cultural phenomenon.
Immediate culture. It was an immediate classic.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Look at the main cast of that. Those four girls. You have Lacey Chabert, who's like in her first real role out of Party of Five, and Hello Teen Crush. She was like Jennifer Love Hewitt 2.0.
Yeah, honestly,
and so much. And then you had Lindsay Lohan, before she like hit the ceiling and then tumbled all the way down and everything else. Amanda Seyfried in one of her very early roles, amazing actress.
Pre Mamma Mia.
Pre Mamma Mia.
Yes, yeah. And then you had who would have thought she would become the A-list serious actress out of this?
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams, bleach blonde, she's almost unrecognizable. Like she's Regina in this.
It's weird. It's like,
Notebook,
I think,
right?
Is this the only movie where she's like a blonde?
Like that, yeah.
I think so,
yes.
because she's like terrifying. Like she's legit, like that look, like even when she's talking to Lindsay Lohan's character, and she's like tells her
her name is Kat.
Where she tells Kat that like she's pretty, and she says thank you. It's like, so you agree that you're pretty.
That she's
like
psychotic.
Like she that's like full to me.
And
I like when she said that, when she was saying that, I was like, yo, I'm a little bit scared of her. Like I'm not scared of anyone else in this movie, but she is terrifying.
Like Tina Fey's in this, and did she direct this?
She had something to do. She either wrote it or something. She had something to do with it. She had something to do with it.
I'm looking.
My mom would be upset if I didn't mention the. I don't remember his name, but the guy who plays the principal is phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
Tim Meadows.
He is amazing.
He's so good in that.
He plays the guidance counselor in The Goldbergs, and then later on in the spinoff, Schooled, he was the principal in Schooled, which is a very, very similar character to what he played in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
That scene when he hits the fire alarm while everyone's fighting in the hallway is like, they don't pay me enough for this. It's so good. It's such a good scene. I love that guy.
I want to say she either wrote. Yes, okay. She was a screenwriter on.
Right.
Okay.
As well as starring in it. I'm going Mean Girls over.
I would go Mean Girls as well.
Because I feel like Mean Girls has it touches generations, because we've all had
it touches generations, but again, like as something else that's also like because it's a movie, you have to like dial things up. I still think it's more of a believable teen teen coming of age movie. Like
for me personally,
who didn't have to deal with people. At least one person like that. At some point.
I was that kid that had moved away, and I lived overseas. I lived in Turkey when I was in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Lived in Japan for 7th grade, and then I moved back to Central New York in 8th grade. So I was that kid that lived in a foreign country, coming to school, and people were assholes. I lived a very, very different version of what she went through, but I lived it. So that appealed to me much more than creating my own prostitution ring when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm going.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put Mean Girls up, and then then we have
Cruel Intentions versus
Some Kind of Wonderful. Now, Some Kind of Wonderful, I felt was it's got a slight Brat Pack-esque feel to it with the people that were in it for the time that it came out. But I feel like as you're watching it and as it's going by, you're seeing the what's his name's character, the main Eric Stoltz's character is just kind of this oblivious dude. He's not paying attention to what's going on, and he his tomboy best friend she's fully in love with him, and he's just stupid to it because he's obsessed with some other girl,
right.
And then once it's at the very end, once he realizes that that she is in fact in love with him, and once all it took for him to realize that he was in love with her was realizing that she was in love with him, which is it's cool. And he runs up to her. He's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." And then but yeah, I feel like you don't realize it's a good movie until the very end, until the ending ties the whole thing together, and then you're like, okay, it's pretty good. That was a pretty good movie.
With that being said, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, Ryan Phillips,
which is again, I feel like only becomes good at the very end.
I disagree.
Their performances are legendary.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, while still doing Buffy, she proved herself as a amazing actress. Mm-hmm. I think she's one of the most underrated actresses that we have out of there. And she could have done so much more, chose not to, which was her choice. But I feel like she took that away from us because my childhood crush aside from this, because I always thought she was so hot in Buffy. Her portrayal in this was truly one of the most terrifying and sexy things in cinema, because she was so alluring and so and it was seductive.
I don't think you have Regina George without having
You absolutely don't.
Without having, I can't remember her name, but without having,
it was I want to say it was Carolyn.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, everyone's. You're
Ryan
right.
Phillippe does that, and I feel like this was like one of the first.
That is Ryan Phillippe.
Like super asshole turned face, and like you see it in all the teen dramas coming after that. Like, and Reese Witherspoon plays that pure person so well. And I know it was very early in her career, and this is actually where they met and got married. Mm-hmm. And
what's her name was really good in that too.
Selma Blair.
Selma Blair.
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
especially at the end, where all the evil comes out at the
and
at the funeral and everything. You know what I mean? Like all the cruel intentions come out. You know what I mean?
Especially,
but that's where I felt like while the acting is good, I felt it was more the plot and more the story, where to like once you've hit it at the end,
like,
and honestly, like after I put all of the what you call it,
movies,
all the seeded movies up. The rest were just random as they were written down, like put on here. So for me personally, I feel like these two are good, even though they're vastly different movies. That because I feel the same way about both of them, where I don't feel that they became good, strong movies until the ending reveal of everything.
See, I feel like with Cruel Intentions was a good, solid movie all the way through.
Okay.
And like a lot of people don't realize, this movie was actually based on a novel from the 1700s,
right.
French novel.
Yeah.
And like to modernize it the way it was modernized, and like you have the whole stepbrother stepsister thing, the manipulation and everything else, and it like you don't have Gossip Girl without this movie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And you don't have the novels, you don't have the show, like you don't have it, because essentially what Gossip Girl is a CW version of Cruel Intentions. And I'm going Cruel Intentions all day.
That's fair, yeah.
Something a coming-of-age movie needs that I don't think a lot of people point out a lot is use of music.
Yes.
And I believe it was Bittersweet Symphony.
But I was just going to say it was Bittersweet Symphony.
Amazing.
I knew where you were going.
Amazing
I'm like,
scene.
It
is so genius. It's perfect.
Anytime like that in my '90s playlist of popular like music, that is higher up on like the 278 songs I think I have in that. Because it's a classic '90s tune.
And anybody who knows me knows this. Like junior high, high school, one of my favorite band was Limp Bizkit. Their first album, their second album was something that like it moved me, because like growing up, I liked rap, I liked rock, I liked I played football, I skateboarded, I did all these things, and to me, Limp Bizkit was like, oh look, you can be this and that. They have a version on their greatest hits album of "Home Sweet Home" by Motley Crue and Bittersweet Symphony. It's a mashup. Okay. And I've said this for years, and I'm putting it on wax now.
I swear to God, I've never heard that.
I'll play it for you after. But it is what I call my funeral song.
Wow.
So like that is the song I want played like at my wake. Like it is, because it's Limp Bizkit, because it's these two songs that they mashed up so well. It's perfect. And like Bittersweet Symphony, I absolutely love. Like honestly, from that era, Bittersweet Symphony and Freshman are probably in my top 10. Oh my God,
10. Freshman.
Okay, like
do you know that song by the Verve Pipe?
Like
we were only freshmen. For the life of me.
I love that album.
All right,
but
so,
I don't know.
We'll listen to both those songs after. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, Cruel Intentions goes on. It went on. So now, So now we have Outsiders.
Now I knew it was going to go on.
So Outsiders versus Heathers.
Okay.
I'll let one of you guys go first, because Heathers does nothing for me.
Okay.
And I have lots to say about
I like Heathers. I do. But again, it's one of those grandiose movies that it would be something. I think it's like likened to like Jawbreaker, where like it's better.
Jawbreaker was literally the spiritual sequel to this movie.
Right. So like, but I like Heathers better, mainly because Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
Right.
If only for those two things alone. But Outsiders is Outsiders. I mean, it's classic. I mean, we if we all want to stay golden, it's going on.
You just stole it from me. You
I'll be
son of
honest.
Well, you let me talk. You let me talk, and then it's your bad.
I'm gonna let you say your piece on this because I've not seen either of these movies.
All right. Well, we're both going Outsiders.
So I'm gonna say something first. I'll go to the two.
Yes. So we're definitely going.
Grade. Okay, 8th grade. I had just stated, I had moved here from living on air base in Japan.
Okay.
I had moved here in.
Can you speak any Japanese?
No, I lived on the air base. I used to be able to speak Turkish pretty fluently because we lived off base.
That's crazy.
But, Merhaba, nasılsın? Hello, how are you? I can also say some curse words, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But so when we moved here, we were staying up at the Paul Revere Inn at the beaches until we found a house, and literally started school. I moved here like 2.5 weeks before school started. Mm-hmm. So 8th grade, our first book that we're assigned like the first day is The Outsiders. I'm an avid reader, and whenever we would get assigned a book for like the semester or whatever, I literally would read the book the day we got it. Because at that point, I could read very large books very, very quickly. I'm a fast reader.
I'm not a fast reader, and that's why I don't read books.
I remember,
it takes forever.
We get out of school. We're going all around Oneida County looking at houses, and I'm sitting in our rented vehicle, and I read this book in one day. And I was it's one of the first books, because, I read Goosebumps, Boxcar Children, blah, blah, blah. This was one of the first offshoot, one-shot books that I ever read that I was very, very moved by. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until at the end of the semester, when we're done with everything, that we watched the movie. And while not a perfect adaptation, it was a very, very good adaptation. And I'm just going to read through the cast of this movie, okay?
The cast is literally untouchable.
It's insane, okay?
Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, C. Thomas Howell.
So the cast, all right? I'm just going to go through. C. Thomas Howell, Matt Dillon, Ralph Macchio, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, and then I believe Charlie Sheen had a small bit part in it too. Did he?
He might have. Leif Garrett was in it.
Leif Garrett
played one of the Socias.
Yeah, Diane Lane.
Yeah, Diane Lane.
So So do you know anything about Outsiders?
Here's the thing.
You're missing a classic, bud.
My sister loves it.
I have it on DVD.
It's not.
Sister's so much younger than you. How is she? How is she seen it and you haven't?
Is it based on a book?
Yeah, he was just saying.
Okay, yeah. It was
mandatory 8th grade reading. I'm pretty sure.
It's interesting to say because they never required me to read it. So that might be part of the reason why I've never seen it. Or
Outsiders
had a love for
is
yeah, but he was born in his schooling's a whole different.
So the
you get a whole other generation of
Stay Golden Pony Boy means absolutely nothing to you.
No.
Oh man,
we really need to.
You have to watch out.
I'm gonna make
if anything from this recording of what we're doing. Outsiders is the first thing.
Do you have anything planned for the rest of the day?
I was planning on rewatching Revenge of the Sith.
No, you have to watch Outsiders.
Just watch the Outsiders.
You now have to watch Outsiders.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
you also have to watch Empire Records, which we're gonna get.
You're
to.
right. You're right.
Okay. Anyway, so
dude, I will stab you with this. I will stab you with this marker.
You forget what I do for a living.
You forget what I do for a living. I also try to not get stabbed.
So Outsiders beats Others.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So then we have, and because of we had a last minute change to things, we have Can't Hardly Wait versus Sex Drive. And Sex Drive wasn't going to be either because we switched American Pie and Can't Hardly Wait, but you don't. Sex Drive does not come.
It doesn't beat it. Sex Drive is hilarious.
But
in my opinion, I think the actual best part of the whole movie was all the extra stuff with the older brother, plays by was it Jamie
Foxx?
No, James Marsden.
Yes.
Because he's such a dick, you know, in it. You know, it's Sex Drive is a really funny movie, but in no way does it beat Can't Hardly Wait. Can't Hardly Wait is it's up there with like it's almost up there with like 10 Things I Hate About You.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
It is right up there. It's perfectly casted. It came out at the right time.
So that's what I was about to say. So me and Garrett were alive during this time. Like we were preteen. So like we weren't like seniors like these guys were. Like Garrett was a year or two younger. I was like 3 years younger than this. But the characters.
What year did this come out?
I want to say 99.
Yeah, so like I graduated in 01, so like it wasn't far off, you know, like the same feelings of how things. Yeah, 98. So yeah, I wasn't far off.
So like
it was high school,
with like Seth Green's character, like all these, like you had the popular girl, you had
we're gonna be knocking the boots, he's so funny in that.
The alternative kid, like you had like all those. Like social classes in high school, like were social classes we were aware of. It's much different now, and it was much different when you grew up.
Right.
And it's so, like he said, came out at the right time, perfectly embodied all those different things. Like Jennifer Love Hewitt, like we all know a girl in high school who was that super, super hot girl, but was nice, who didn't even realize she was a super hot girl and the super popular girl. Like she wasn't that Regina George mean girl. She was just that girl that everybody like loved because she was that girl. And like it's such a good and well done coming of age. Like it's not gonna ever be anybody's like, oh, top 10 films of all time, but for this bracket, like Can't Hardly Wait goes on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So then we have Pretty in Pink versus Say Anything. That's
I don't have any particular love for either of these.
Wow.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the montages in Say Anything, I think, are what drive it, and those are if you actually pay attention to pop culture references to Say Anything.
Yeah.
Those are the only things that they reference are that, because like even in my opinion, like Ione Skye isn't even like that desirable of a character in the way it all ends. Like there's movies from that time like Better Off Dead that I find like much better than like Say Anything as far as John Cusack is concerned. You know what I mean? But like in Pretty in Pink, it's another Brat Pack style movie, which I think is one of the lower tiers of the Brat Pack movies that I don't think like it's as good as like 16 Candles and stuff like that. And unfortunately, because of the casting, because of who wrote it, because of who directed it, it gets compared to, and then you kind of can't get it out of your way of how good other ones are compared to it, because it's the same thing.
Both of these movies,
overrated. Both of them, yeah.
Both of them,
because in a lot of things that I always want to clarify, if I say something is overrated doesn't mean bad. It means overrated.
It means
you know what I mean? It means absolutely. It means a large portion of people are holding it at a way higher standard than it needs to be done. We were having this conversation about music stuff, and I'm not going to say it right now because I'm not trying to like blow this podcast up. I'm trying to build it up.
Garrett hates Drake.
Oh, I don't mind saying I hate Drake. I hate Drake. I don't like Drake at all. Like I don't think he's good at all.
But like with Pretty in Pink and Say Anything, John Cusack's character in that, he's kind of a wet paper towel.
Yeah.
And he's slightly stalkerish, and he's kind of a dick. Pretty in Pink, Molly Ringwald's character.
The best part of the movie is Ducky. I mean,
100%, and like that's
you know what I mean.
Like, honestly, that's the only reason I would put Pretty in Pink over Say Anything.
Yeah, it's Ducky
of,
versus awesome montages.
John Cryer's performance as Ducky in there, and Molly Ringwald's character's a dumbass in that character.
Yeah. So to me, it's Ducky versus awesome montages, in my opinion.
Ducky wins for me.
I'd go Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Like I said, it's. I usually try to sway away from that, but it doesn't matter. We're talking about it, but it does not matter for the next one.
This next one is gonna be hard on Garrett.
Oh no.
because of Charlie Bartlett, how he feels about the actor in Charlie Bartlett.
I do. I don't care which. This isn't his best.
See, I thought his performance in it.
Charlie Bartlett is a fantastic movie.
It is such a great movie.
Charlie Bartlett is fantastic because it was the introduction into, in my opinion, of the opioid epidemic.
I 100% agree.
Of how it can be seen as something casual, but it's causing something worse. And
it brought mental health.
And Robert Downey Jr. just spirals out even though I kind of hate this movie. He at the end. Not this movie. Well, the movie I'm about to reference. But when RDJ has the gun and he's freaking out at the end, it's very Alpha Dog-esque towards the end. And I hated the end of Alpha Dog because the movie was so good and everyone.
Based on a true story.
I know. That's what I know. But that's why I think that's why I started to hate it even more because here's this kid.
I think everyone involved hated.
Here's this kid that everyone ended up liking so much, and then they kill him. It's
Spoiler alert. Charlie Bartlett's a great movie.
Charlie Bartlett is a great movie, but so is Girl Next Door.
Girl Next Door is so damn good.
It's so
Eliza Cuber is. I always thought she was a very good-looking girl, but she kind of stole my heart a little bit in that movie at that time, and it came out of nowhere. You saw it. It's gonna be a comedy, whatever. And then
because there was no other plot point like that too. Here's a girl who's slightly older than you, a year, maybe not even a full year older than you, and comes into your life,
right?
And then your dorky friend points out that she did at least one porno movie,
right?
You know what I mean? And okay, how do you deal with that? This girl is awesome. She's otherwise the girl of your dreams.
Right.
Everyone in school, all the hot guys in school are trying to get her.
Yeah.
And she only wants you. You know what I mean? And the supporting friends in that movie are fantastic. The one who is the becomes the director, I think he's underrated as an actor. The other friend is the one who just played the Riddler, and
Paul Dano. Amazing.
Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Olyphant. He's the reason I snap at people and point like this. I'm not even joking. If someone does something and I go like this, it's because of Timothy Olyphant. Okay, he's fantastic. He's so good in this movie.
This movie, it came out of
for me. This is actually for me. This is actually a hard pick for me.
It's not for me.
Okay, so where are you? Where are you guys going?
Girl Next Door, bro.
Girl Next Door.
Okay, fine. Yep. That's good. No, that's good. I don't want to have to. I didn't want because I'd have been like, and you know what? I think ultimately I would have gone Girl Next Door. Because I
can't tell you how many times I've tried to get my friends to watch that movie too.
Do you know what part is really funny? Is the one jock dude who's always drunk, who wants to have sex with a foreign exchange student.
Yeah,
right. That is he's like, I'm gonna fuck that dude when he gets here. Whoa. You know what I mean? No, it's just it's really funny. The guy's attitude towards it is so
it's not the best line in the movie. The best line in the movie is I'm not gonna repeat it, but what his friend says to him when he's walking out of school. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the best scene in that whole movie. Oh, such a good movie.
So for the next, we have St. Elmo's Fire versus Lucas.
Okay.
Now,
for me, I'm just going to flat out. For me, it's Lucas. Okay.
So I'm going St. Elmo's Fire because it is one of the that you don't have the Brat Pack without St. Elmo's Fire.
Right, but I feel like it was this was any. If you were considered Brat Pack or Brat Pack-esque, it was everyone was in this movie because of the large cast.
Right.
You know what I mean? This was the one that had the largest cast. I would say probably other than Breakfast Club.
You both have to sell me on your movies because I've not seen either of these, but I know St. Elmo's Fire just by name.
You talk about and I'm going to talk about Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go cast. I'll just start off with a cast.
Yes.
Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe, Andrew McCarthy, Demi Moore, Judd Nelson, Ali Schneedy, Andy McDowell.
Schneedy, yeah.
And dude, like Emilio, you got him as the waiter at the bar. Like, and it's like you don't have movies like American Pie. Like, you don't have a lot of these coming of age movies without St. Elmo's Fire. And like, Lucas is a different kind of coming of age teen movie.
What is Lucas?
Okay, so Lucas centers around Corey Haim, who plays Lucas.
Okay.
And he is a very broke, smart. Like he's. I don't want to use the word like savant. You know what I mean? But like he's broke. He has nothing. Like his family has like nothing. And like Winona Ryder plays like one of his good friends who's always like supports him and pushes him. And then the one girl, I believe she was in the Goonies, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
The girl dates Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. I can't remember exactly how like they would like. She's like hanging out with him, and like he obviously likes her, but she's I think dating Charlie.
Cary Green.
Or she likes Charlie Cary. Yeah. She likes Charlie Sheen, who's like the football like captain or something like that, and he's dating. What's her name? She was on 2.5 Men for a while, wasn't she?
Courtney Thorne-Smith.
Courtney Thorne-Smith, right? So it's like this. It's not even like a love triangle. It's like a love like hexagon.
Okay,
you know what I mean? To where Winona Ryder likes Lucas, and Lucas likes Green, and Green likes Charlie, and he kind of likes her, but he also still likes his girlfriend, and so it's like this. But then all this, and he tries to come out of his shell and prove that he's more than just like this, kind of smart, broke kid.
Yeah.
He tries out for the football team and stuff like that. And there's the big like quintessential scene is like he gets the ball and he's running and he gets clobbered, like to where he gets cut because he's small, because he's Corey Haim and he's young Corey Haim, and he gets demolished. And like Charlie Sheen is nice to him throughout the whole movie, but the rest of the guys, like the co-captain and they're all like classic 80s jerks, jerks to him, and he gets clobbered. He ends up at the hospital, and then the last scene is he comes back into the school and he opens up his locker and he closes his locker. And he's standing there. Like everyone's there in the hallway, right? And they're looking down and he opens it up again, like real slow. And there's a Letterman jacket in there for him in there. And like the dude who picks on him in the most is the first dude that starts clapping. And soon everyone is clapping in the whole hallway, and he puts the Letterman jacket on, and the whole hallway is filled with the whole school, and they're all like, yeah! And he's just like, he's got his arms up, and he's like, yeah. So like the jocks give him a Letterman jacket, and he's like part of the team, and he's he's excited. I just got goosebumps describing the end of that movie, dude.
With
it's Lucas.
I can't. Like
it's
the plot
Lucas.
Is so like you have these people. They're all growing up. Some of them are married. Some of them are not. There's affairs. They're running the bar. Like there's a suicide attempt in there. Like there's like, so much that goes on in St. Elmo's Fire. Like you have to watch it. And I'm gonna say to you.
And yeah, they're all.
Have you ever heard of Lucas before?
But it's not the best Brat Pack movie. Is a thing too.
I'm not saying it's the best one.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it's one of the quintessential ones.
It is. It is because they're all there.
But they all have fantastic performances, especially for such a young age. And like Lucas is a good, heartwarming movie.
I sold you, didn't I?
Yeah, I gotta say, he sold me. I don't know how he did it.
I sold you because I went.
You want to know why? Because it's such a.
It's a more singular, easier tale.
Yeah, more simple plot. Like where St. Elmo's Fire, like.
It's hard to describe.
It's
just a multifaceted,
right? Because you have so many different characters and so much.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? Yeah, but I'll have to check both these out.
Go, Lucas.
Lucas, though, that sounds to me like you were mentioning getting goosebumps. Describe that. I was like, I'm sold on this halfway through your explanation.
So she's all that versus she's the man. I don't even think we need to discuss this. She's all that all day. All day.
I like She's the Man.
She's
I
the man's
really
okay.
do.
She's the man's okay.
I really enjoy it.
But
So
she's all that.
when She's the Man came out, was in like I had a hard crush on Amanda Bynes.
Me too.
I had a hard crush on it. Not now, like she's unfortunately mental health has gotten
She's a rapper now.
it has gotten the worst of her, you know, and it's
She is.
it's
Maybe her and
unfortunate.
Drake can do a song together.
Oh, I don't think he'll have her on the album.
It's unfortunate,
but she's
but
all
I
that is damn near
do
perfection.
I do think that She's All That is
All that.
definitely
No pun intended, Amanda.
the
Bynes.
better of the two.
You know what? Then you guys will get your pick here, but She's the Man is a great film. And back when that came out, I was super into soccer too, so I was really like.
Well, that's all. I love soccer, and anything that is going to be like a good soccer, movie.
Good time.
The only soccer movie I really enjoy is The Big Green.
Oh, The Big
I don't know
Green.
if you guys remember that.
Never heard of that.
It's a Disney movie.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, check it out. You'll laugh. You'll cry.
Okay.
It's basically The Little Giants, but with soccer, and not as good.
Oh.
So now this is going to be interesting.
Oh no.
Fast Times versus Mean Girls.
It's Fast Times.
Mean Girls.
I hate
Welcome to my world, Joe.
Sell me, boys, because I love both these movies.
Okay, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Actually, you know what?
Oh.
I'm not even going to be mad if Mean Girls ends up winning. Okay, but Fast Times at Ridgemont High is what it's one of the first like multi-tale like teen movies that ever came out.
It ties together.
And everything ties together. All the characters like know each other. Like everyone is in there. It was like oh god, it's just it's like another one good that's like it's the same. I'd say soundtrack, but they use the same song to tie everything together.
A better sell after hearing that Lucas sell, and you're just.
I think I might have.
So sell me a Mean Girls, Casey.
I might have gassed myself on the Lucas.
Well, here's the thing. Mean Girls is.
It's fast. It's Fast Times. It's Fast Times. Like it's Fast Times. Like it.
Fast Times, I feel like the only thing I've taken away from that is my love for vans. Whereas, like,
bro, you're insane. Like, because like it's realistic. Like you have.
But Mean Girls was like the quintessential. Like, if you're going to describe
for your generation,
the 2000s
Well,
yeah, but I wasn't even.
This
in high
was
school
80.
Then.
This was 1980.
Like a lot of what plays.
This was.
I wasn't even in school in that year.
Something that I noticed is not on here. You have Fast Times, but what don't you have on here?
I don't know. There's going to be more than one of these. There has to be.
I want you to think what movie is oftenly compared to Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
I don't know.
Oh.
Obviously, it's not on here.
Wait.
If it's not on here, then I obviously missed it. There's going to be more. I know there's going to be more.
I'll just let it. I'll give you guys the show to. Because like
I'm thinking about it, but I don't
got it.
Okay.
Stop playing coy.
just say it. Just say it.
So I'm Fast Times, and now we're moved on to Cruel Intentions and Clueless.
Oh,
It's Clueless.
Clueless.
It's Clueless.
So I don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Then we have Breakfast Club versus The Outsiders.
It's like we should talk about Clueless. Maybe we'll talk about it when we get to like that versus Fast Times.
Don't do this to me.
But like, because we have to talk about how amazing Clueless is. But
I'm curious where you guys go with Breakfast Club and Outsiders.
Mine's obvious, I think.
Well, because you haven't seen Outsiders.
As far as teen coming of age, like obviously they're told in different eras.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not waiting until the end. Dazed and Confused, Garrett. You forgot.
That's
Dazed.
what I was thinking you were meaning by
Dazed
that.
and Confused isn't on here. You're right.
It should be on here as well.
It should be. You're right. It probably should be on here.
That's a great.
Oh well, we already went on to the first one. There's more. There was I had to make a list.
So Breakfast Club and Outsiders. So Breakfast Club, I love growing up. Okay.
Oh no.
I love growing up, and on a rewatch, I want to say within the last 5 years, it hit different. and not necessarily in a good way. I'm not saying Breakfast Club is a bad movie. It wasn't what it was for me. Like, I've like rewatching it and like just certain scenes and everything. Like, I understand the time and everything, and I know it's a movie, so you're supposed to leave reality kind of at the door. But there's no way that a detention like that would go on without some kind of supervision in there. And I know for the purpose of the plot, they needed the principal to be down the hall and everything else. Breakfast Club will be my vote for this.
Okay.
But I'm just saying it doesn't hit. And I don't know when the last time either one of you guys rewatched it. It just doesn't hit.
A year or two ago.
It just doesn't hit for me like it.
Well, guess what?
To.
I just watched it last month, and if you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
You forgot to do the.
Fun thing to do. Next time you watch it, when they start up the music, play Blinding Lights. Watch what happens. Yeah. Play Blinding Lights. The song, like 2 years out, like put it on your phone. When they go to start up the music during the dance scene, when they're all doing that, play Blinding Lights by The Weeknd and watch
That
what
works?
happens. Yeah.
I'm the biggest Weeknd fan, and I've never heard anyone do that.
You can watch. You can pull it up
serious?
right now, and like they have
They probably have a cut of it. On
a cut of it, and
Amazing.
it's perfect.
Amazing.
Obviously they shuffled like some things around, but like in like the order, but like the beat that they're dancing to is perfect.
Oh well, yeah. That's
So you can't change the beat that they're dancing
it's a common
to. So,
like
yeah.
80s music.
So,
Yeah.
Like
I'm
tempo.
guessing
Perfect.
Ferris Bueller's gonna beat Can't Hardly Wait.
Absolutely. And if it doesn't,
Absolutely.
I will riot.
Rooney.
All right.
So good. Like it's Ferris Bueller. Like
Right.
it's who didn't want to do Ferris Bueller stuff like in height? Like who didn't have? It's like, all right, we're gonna go out and just do absolutely everything.
Better
You know
yet,
what I mean?
who didn't want to be Ferris Bueller but felt like Cameron?
Everybody.
I felt
have you read-
exactly like
Have
Cameron.
you read the theory that Ferris isn't real and he's part of Cameron's depression?
Oh, I
It's
have
like
heard that. I have heard that before.
It's
Yeah.
like it's his. It is his.
Yeah.
It's his id screaming to get out from his depression.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I was like,
So Ferris.
that's
goes,
cool.
So we got.
Oh, great.
Breakfast
Great
Club
movie.
and Ferris go on.
so yeah. So it's
And then I know 10 Things is gonna beat Pretty in Pink.
Absolutely. Yep.
I don't think we have to.
what is it?
10 Things.
10 things. Absolutely.
Okay. If only for the scene, okay, where she reads the poem of the 10 Things I Hate About You poem at the end it's so good. You know,
I would have seen the part
she
where he's
did
singing
that.
on
Did
the
you know she did
stairs.
that in one take,
That's-
and she was not supposed to cry.
Really?
She did it in one
I knew
take.
that.
She wasn't supposed to cry.
Wow.
She was just supposed to read it, and then that was supposed to be it. But she did it so perfect. She cried. She did everything. Boom, one take. It was perfect. That was done.
And then-
everything else about it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is so good.
He's great.
in it.
He is
Like he's
great.
so good. Like he's another actor. I feel like he's still like a lot of places, and a lot of people love him. But I think he's extremely underrated.
Well, I think he's held in such high regard. I think he's exactly where he's supposed to be. He's an A-lister.
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
A lot of people are going to say Heath Ledger, too. They're going to
Oh
say.
God, Heath Ledger was
They'll say
so good
when
in that. Everyone was so good in it.
When people bring up Heath Ledger, they either bring up The Dark Knight or they bring up A Knight's Tale. I'd bring up that movie. over A
I
Knight's
think.
Tale
I
personally.
mean, I think these
I
were his 3 best
100% agree.
movies.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
his 3 best. But it's absolutely 10 things.
So
you
then,
know what I mean?
So then we get an interesting thing.
Uh-oh.
So we get A Girl Next Door versus American Pie.
Girl Next Door versus American Pie.
That's really tough.
So-
That's really tough.
So
You know what?
the
You want to hear
four-
something for me, and I can throw it out there. It might help. It may help. May hinder. It's actually not hard for me because I don't think I don't dislike American Pie in any way. I just don't seem to find it as funny or as iconic as everyone else seems to find it.
So here's the thing with American Pie.
I
for me.
don't get me wrong. I like it. It's fine.
You take all 4 of those movies, and like so.
But
and
for me,
when
it's
they
Girl Next Door.
When they came out, okay, and each one of them, American Pie, American Pie 2, American Wedding, and American Reunion, all came out perfectly timed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when the first American Pie came out, I was a little bit younger, but it's like that high school. Everybody's like obsessed with like losing their virginity, everything else. And then when I was in that stage, the first year after college, everybody's home, everybody wants to party. Then you have 6, 7, 8 years later, everybody's starting to get married and everything. And then with Reunion, which is like 15 years later, it's where, you have some friends you haven't really kept in touch with, but friends that meant a lot to you during that time.
Do you think they're going to come out with American Parenting?
Oh, they have to. There's been talks for a while of them doing that. But
I like a lot of the.
I put American Pie over because
the franchise ones too. I liked Beta House. I thought was fantastic. Like Naked Mile is good.
See, I was never.
Book of Love is okay.
I was never a big fan of the
Beta House.
I never liked any of the spin-offs.
No,
did you see Beta House though? Like, did you?
No.
Bandcamp. I didn't like Bandcamp. I almost even forget about that. But Naked Mile was good. But
aren't some of them like Stifler's like relative or something?
They're all like his like brother.
No, Stifler's little brother was Bandcamp, and he acted like Stifler, and it wasn't good.
Like the thing.
But Beta House is fantastic.
The thing with American Pie.
You gotta watch Beta House.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you have to watch Naked Mile and then Beta House because they share a lot of the same characters.
American Pie, and it truly embodies like that whole we haven't got laid yet. I want to get laid. Parties,
that's fair.
Everything else, and
absolutely,
American Pie gets my vote on this.
Oh no,
single on Casey.
This is tough.
Oh
for
no,
me.
it's on Casey.
It's tough for me because here's the thing: American Pie. I had seen bits and pieces of when I upon first viewing. I saw bits and pieces of it on like MTV and Comedy Central and things like that.
It was everywhere. It's one of those movies that
because it came out like 2 years before you were born.
Right, but the first one that I've seen from the series was American Reunion.
Okay.
And that got me to go back and watch all of them.
I love Reunion.
I love Reunion too. I think it's. I think Wedding's the weakest of the four of them.
See, I feel like 2 is the weakest. Because it came out so quick, and it was
the cash favorite.
Yeah,
it
was the cash in.
2 is a cash in.
I love 2. I would say though. Here's the thing.
Is American Wedding where Stifler has to eat the dog shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl Next Door, and I know I've said it before on this episode. The music choices are so good. The scene I don't remember exactly what song it is, but there's a song that plays, and it's when. Was it Emil Hirsch?
Yep.
His character finally kisses the girl
at the party,
and the camera's just spinning around them.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
It's a great shot.
It's a whole. I thought I genuinely because I started watching the movie like 10 minutes after it started, but I didn't know it was that far.
That was the end, right?
I thought that was the end of the movie.
No,
I thought it was over. But it kept going, and I love that movie so much. It was like one of the only movies when Blockbuster was still around where I was renting that one. I rented that probably over 30 times.
So just say it.
Yeah, Girl Next Door is my pick for this one. I would say.
So now
wow, even I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Even I'm shocked.
Yeah. No,
so
Girl Next Door, dude.
Empire Records versus Lucas.
You're gonna get back at me, aren't you?
Oh no.
You're gonna get back at me. I can see it. I can see it in your face.
I was so sold on his pitch for Lucas.
No,
like,
no, because listen, okay.
I'm sold on Lucas.
I'll single you on
Empire Records, okay. Especially the remix fan edition where it's longer and it changes like a couple small things in it, is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Okay, this movie it's so good. It's one of those movies. It only takes place within one day and it changes everyone's lives throughout the whole day. It's so good. It's another one of those movies. It's perfectly casted. Everyone that's in it. It's just, and it takes place in a record store. So like it's literally all about movie, or all about music. In all of these movies, it has the best music especially for when it came out. It's packed with like all the like couple of like the big Gin Blossom hits.
Yep.
But then like just all like plenty of other stuff that's perfect for that time for when it came out. It's so good. It is stupid. Okay, it really is. It's
My
just,
question for you though, Garrett, at the end of it, does anybody get a Letterman jacket?
No, but the artist dude does get Liv Tyler.
That's arguably better. It's arguably better.
And you know, you know, everything with the music store and everything. Just it's you got to see it, dude. I can't. So
I'm a sucker for music, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Luke.
I described a lot. I described a lot of this movie to him before we started, before you were even here.
Did you hear what he just said? He went Lucas.
I'm gonna go Lucas.
You know,
I'm more sold on that.
You're more sold on how
on Lucas. Yeah. Listen, if you didn't go so hard with that, I probably would have ended up picking up my records.
I had to.
Look at him right now.
I had to.
He's looking.
Joe, I swear to God, I'll kill you. Don't do it out of spite, dude. Don't do it because you already didn't like this, and you know how good of a movie Empire Records is. Even if it's not one of your favorites, you know how good of a movie it is.
I'm going Empire Records.
Yeah, you better. Okay. Yes. No, it's Empire. You got. I can't believe. I actually can't believe you haven't
Empire
seen
Records
it.
is a better movie than Lucas. All right, so
it's way better than Lucas. As much as I just talked up Lucas, it's way better.
All right, so now that leaves us with Fast Times versus Clueless.
No, we got to do She's All That in 16 Candles.
Well, She's All That already won that.
Huh?
Yeah, I'd go She's All That.
You guys are gonna go She's All That over 16 Candles?
Yeah,
that's
100%.
fair. That's fair. Okay. I mean, 16 Candles is also a classic.
I find it overrated a little bit.
It might be a little bit overrated.
In my ranking,
but, in my defense, Long Duck Dong is freaking hilarious. You know, hey, sexy girlfriend. So, well, all right. So, okay, She's All That. Okay, fair. All right, now where are we? What are we doing?
Fast Times versus Clueless.
Clueless.
Yeah.
Okay, Clueless has Paul Rudd.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say. It.
All right, if there's any doubt, okay, yeah, Sean Penn and all these other people.
You know what else it has?
Forrest Whitaker.
It has Radiohead as well.
And Donald Faison.
Donald Faison. It's got Turk.
Was it Plastic Trees? Plastic Trees acoustic, isn't it? Yeah. Great song.
It's got Mighty Mighty Boss Tones at like the peak of them being huge. Like,
dude, I played Impression That I Get for my kids the other day, and they were look of confusion on their face was like, and I was like,
it's the impression that I got.
Like, you guys just don't understand.
So we're going Clueless.
Clueless.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we got Breakfast Club versus. Oh my God, I quit.
Ferris.
Oh no!
Breakfast Club versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off. How the hell? I quit.
This is tough.
This
is really tough.
Dummy.
This is tough, actually.
The Breakfast Club.
They're the two of these movies that I own on 4K.
The Breakfast Club. Versus Ferris Bueller. What did you say, Joe?
I voted Ferris, bro.
It's Ferris. It is Ferris. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. They both take place in one whole day.
In one day. Which I love. I love movies like that.
Yeah, I love movies like that. That's part of the reason why Infinity War is my favorite Marvel movie. I would say... Yeah, Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller. Yeah. Damn.
It's more of a polished... Damn.
You never wrote Girl Next Door under 10.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I started going off of Empire Records.
Oh, boy. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right, so Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
So then we got 10 Things I Hate About You against Girl Next Door. It's 10 things.
Ooh.
It's 10
is it,
things.
Though? Is it?
I go Girl Next Door.
Really? Over 10 Things I Hate About You?
Listen, it's a great movie. I am just a sucker for Girl Next Door. I'm a sucker.
Yep.
What?
I'm sorry. Emil Hirsch is.
See, I'm not huge on Emil Hirsch.
I love him.
You know. I thought it was good in that Darkest Hour.
It's funny you say that.
Darkest Hour was. I was shocked by how much I liked that movie.
I love that movie. It's great.
Yeah,
it's great. It's different. It's really different. You were talking about on a previous episode. You were talking about sci-fi movies that were really different. I thought that was a really
that was a good one. Well. Because it's one of those like we've kind of already lost. And we need to come back because we don't know what's happening. We don't know how to, it's one of the it's a come from behind victory movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Looking at this, we have She's All That versus Empire Records. She's All That.
It's Empire Records. It's.
So I'll go do a single shot on Casey as he dashes all of Garrett's hopes and dreams.
Okay. So. And She's All That. Okay. Yes, they take the dorky girl, and Freddie Prinze Jr. turns her into like the hot chick that everyone likes, and Paul Walker is the asshole, and then he tries to take her out, and then it all gets turned around. And
look at him in the low sell.
He's he's
trying to low sell.
I'm not trying to low sell it. This is what happens in the movie. Wow. Empire Records is it all happens in one day.
Mm-hmm. It
all happens in the music store. Everyone fits all these different roles for every different type of person that there was, and has to essentially break out of the shell of everything. Shut up, Joe. I'm over here, but I'll mute you, okay? It's like the preppy girl, like her world gets shattered, and like everyone has to break out of every mold that they're put into. I will kill you. Everyone has to break out of every mold that they're put into. Like the preppy girl, the artist skater style looking kid. It.
Let me cut you off.
Oh, I was done. That was it. I was done.
Put that camera on me. Let me tell you something right now. Okay, let me tell you. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm a firm believer in the butterfly effect. Mm-hmm. Things happen so other things can happen. Okay? Hear me out.
I'm listening.
I love Marvel movies. And you're going to be like, this is interesting. Where are you going with this? I love Marvel movies. I love Captain America. Mm-hmm. You know what else I love?
What else do you love?
I love Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Yeah. It gets crap on it a lot. Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay.
You know where that actor...
Which Fantastic Four?
The
original
the original two. The original two of them. Do you know what actor is in both of those movies? Chris Evans is in both of them.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, and you know what else Chris Evans got his start in?
She's All That?
No.
Empire Records?
No.
Where?
He was in a movie called Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
He was.
And that movie was heavily based on She's All That. And I'm going to go with She's All That for this one.
I hate you guys.
Hey, it didn't get voted out in the first round.
I got to be honest. I got to be honest.
All right. So, our final four.
You're going to watch Empire Records, especially, and you're going to be like, oh, man, I messed that up. Watch.
So we have Clueless.
Let me get down here.
Versus Ferris Bueller.
Oh, no.
Girls Next Door versus She's All That.
Okay. Let's go. Can we go this side first? Because I feel like this is easier.
Yes.
That it's definitely Girl Next Door over.
I never thought I'd say it. Girl Next Door.
It's Girl Next Door over She's All That.
Unanimous.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's Girl Next Door over She's All That. I don't even know where I'm going with Clueless versus Ferris Bueller.
I can tell you where I'm going. I'm going Clueless, bro.
Wow. I'm going Ferris.
Oh, come on. You realize if my father watches this and I pick Clueless, like, that's it, like, he's just not going to talk to me.
Listen. Save Ferris. Save Ferris. We're donating money to help him.
Garrett, this is what I'm going to say to you.
Oh, hold on. No, I know how to do this. Because when we're stuck like this, what are you and I... Oh, what do we always go back to? If we were to sit down... What?
Hating each other and fighting for the belt?
No, not that. We're not going back to that.
Oh, no. Which one means more to you?
Yeah, which one not only means more to you, but like if you're going to sit down and you're going to watch one of these two movies right now, which are you going to watch? And that is Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Okay.
All right. So
it's Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller.
I never thought that this would be the end of this.
Neither did I. Neither did I. But this is why I like this show, man.
Yeah.
This is why this show is fun.
This is crazy.
And And
Girl Next Door. That's what I'm saying. I'm throwing it out there. Girl Next Door.
Ferris Bueller.
Oh God.
Bueller.
Oh no.
Bueller.
Oh no.
Look at that face.
Bueller. Casey, we know it's
I love both
it's
of these
Ferris
movies
Bueller.
so much, but it has to be Ferris Bueller.
Yes,
it has to be.
Yes, it has to be.
When I think coming of age, I was shocked when I came in here and I saw this board. I was shocked to see Girl Next Door on there. When I think of coming of age movies,
there's gonna be another one.
I said, where is Ferris Bueller on here?
Yeah.
There had to be on
because, like you said, Dazed and Confused isn't on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's weird because like when I made it, I purposely actually skipped over that because of things like Fast Times and everything being on here, and I was trying to weed out some other things that weren't like so similar. You know,
I was going to ask that question too. What like signifies a coming of age movie? Does it need to be a realistic teen?
No, not necessarily.
Because I would have argued Goonies should have been on here.
That would be a coming of age.
Yeah,
that could be on. That could be on the next one. I mean, feel free to write
Goonies
out the next.
I'll get into it if we ever talk about that one. But great movie. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's also going to be on 80s fantasy.
True.
It's that I know it is because I already made the list.
80s adventure more than fantasy.
Well, the 80s is fantasy adventure because there's a smaller scope. And then there were so many movies in the 90s.
I'm just happy
why
Girl Next Door made it that far.
I'm
really
shocked.
happy.
I thought it was gonna.
It's a beloved movie.
Yeah,
it really is.
See, that's the thing. I can't even tell you how many times I've suggested to my friends, "Hey, you know what? We're looking for a movie to watch. Let's watch this movie."
Get new friends.
Nobody. No, they're great.
Well,
but
but we're also your friends now, so we're
that's true.
So
I would say we're more like mentors.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
there's a list. There's a list of movies that after today's recording that you have to watch and. Outsiders and Empire Records and you can eventually get to Lucas. It is a good movie, but like you can get to it later on.
I'm more inclined to watch Lucas more than any of them, honestly.
Because I sold it so hard, right?
Sold it so
I did a really
Outsiders. You gotta go.
But Outsiders is so classic.
And then you're gonna text me and say, "Stay golden, Pony Boy."
Oh. You're gonna say it.
So would love to thank our sponsors. Seasonal Sports. If you need something printed, some vinyl, anything, and we're gonna try to get more merch up on there very, very soon. Rockin' Horse Tattoo. Go see your boy Josh there. You need a hole in the head, some ink in the arm. Hit him up. Follow all our socials: Facebook, we get Movie Madness, Wrestle Fandom, Instagram. Follow the TikTok at Joey Stones. Follow everything at Disruption Network. Even follow Z. You know, he's doing his loser roadie thing. I see he's still doing Local Music Monday, but you know, we're all a family. Every family has a black sheep.
He still puts out a good product. That he's big on local stuff. You gotta hand it to him.
He's an okay guy.
He might be mean to us, but he's still good for the community.
Who has the belt?
Oh, we do.
We do. And so
it's right back over there, right behind you. It fell down, but it's right there. Yeah. If you actually move your hand, you'd be able to see it.
But this is Movie Madness, guys.
Ferris Bueller wins Teen Coming of Age. Part
Joseph
1.
Stones.
Part 1.
There's Garrett, and then Casey. What did we decide you're going to be?
The Essential.
Casey the Essential.
No. We found a new one after that. Wasn't Casey the Essential?
I don't know.
I said Casey. Well, you are Essential.
I say absolutely as well, so you could say absolutely, Casey.
Right. We're out, guys.
We'll see you then.